Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to day 2 of our AIU Atlas AADC Faculty Development Program on Pedagogy 4.0, Redefining Education with MOOCs and Digital Content Development. I'm Dr. Supriya Daniel, faculty at Atlas Skilltech University, your host for this session. We are excited to begin today's learning journey with session 1, titled Designing Engaging Learning Dialogues. This session focuses on creating meaningful and interactive learning experiences, an essential part of modern pedagogy and digital education. In this regard, it is my privilege to introduce our resource person for both the sessions today, Mr. Ganesh Lokhande. Mr. Lokhande is the founder and director of WeCan Digital Solutions, an edtech company serving leading clients in the USA and Europe. He currently serves as the director, School of Digital Education at Yashwantrao Chavan, Maharashtra Open University. He has previously worked as an adjunct professor of instructional design at Symbiosis International University and as a consultant and mentor at Sri Balaji University, guiding faculty in creating MOOCs. Dr. Lokhande heads the Mahagyan Deep online education project of the Government of Maharashtra, helping professors across the state in developing online courses. With over 20 years of global experience as a certified instructional designer, he has contributed to MOOCs on the National Swayam platform and trained thousands of educators across India and abroad. He holds postgraduate degrees in English and Executive MBA and is currently pursuing his PhD in Educational Development Technology, under the guidance of a professor from IIT Gandhinagar. We are truly honored to have him with us today. Let us warmly welcome Mr. Ganesh Lokhande to begin the session on designing engaging learning dialogues. Sir, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the kind introduction. I hope I'm audible to everyone.
Yes,
and my screen is also visible to all the participants. Some disclaimers before I start my session. This is not going to be a one-way session. As it is required to be in the online domain, we need to be interactive. So you'll have to participate in the session. Everybody has to participate, whether it has to be through chat or through some of you can unmute and speak. So for that, I would request everyone to please start your cameras and so that I also get to see that I'm not talking to only pictures. I'm also talking to some real people. Let me also open my chat box. Okay. All right. So I would need confirmation from the participants in the chat box that my screen is visible to them and I'm also audible. I think Lalita has joined. Hi, Lalita.
Hi.
So let me introduce Lalita also. Lalita will be the co-speaker for this session. So Dr. Lalita Mutreja also is an expert in e-learning and online education. Lalita, can you brief about yourself?
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. At the outset, I thank Ganesh sir and the team for always accommodating me. I'm presently serving as an assistant professor in R.C. Monji College, Mumbai, and have been in this edtech industry since last couple of years. We've been working together on the projects for developing MOOCs, e-content, and I've also been a mentor at OE4 PW program.
Welcome, Lalita. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I made you co-host as well, yeah?
Right.
Thank you, ma'am.
So Lalita, you'll have to monitor the chat box also.
Yeah,
I'm not
I'll
sure
do
why
that.
chat box is not visible to me. Okay, all right. So I've asked participants to confirm whether my screen is visible to them. So they'll have to just whether give thumbs up or say yes in the chat box.
So your screen is not visible to me as such. I don't know why.
Is it? What about others?
No, you're
Uh,
audible.
it is, you're audible and your
Screen is
screen is visible. That is the first slide is visible to me at least. I hope
Okay.
to others as well.
My co-speaker is not able to see my screen. So is it the
So if you can
some
just move the screen, the second slide.
yeah,
Ganesh.
I'll go there.
Yeah, it is visible to us. Others,
Lalita,
Supriya, you will be able to
Yes,
see?
yes, very much.
Yeah.
Lalita, can you please confirm?
Yes, yes, yes. I can see right now. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So there you go. So we'll be talking about the important part of any online education or MOOCs is the videos. So how to write the script for videos that we'll be covering in the session today. The first part, first 90 minutes, it will be more of theory part. And next 1.5 hours, you will have to write the script based on what we discuss in the first 90 minutes, and then present some of the scripts in the last 30 minutes. So that's the plan for today. Okay. This is again just an icebreaker to ensure that everybody is able to type and see and access the chat box. So you'll have to type what you see on your screen. Uh, Not can you read this, but there's some text in black that you will have to type in the chat box. Some of you can unmute and also speak so that you know that you'll get to test your mic also. As I mentioned earlier, this is going to be an interactive session, both through chat box as well as you can unmute and talk to us. So what do you on your screen? There's a gray box and then there's some text written behind that box. So you'll have to type what you see on your screen. Yeah, so I see some people have started typing. Um, yeah, good times are here again. Good times are here again. Yes, good times are here again. Okay. All right. If some of you can unmute and talk, I just want to check whether this is just an icebreaker, nothing about the. So I see everybody is able to type in the chat box. That's a good thing. But I want to see whether you have access to unmuting yourself and talking to me. Some of you can please try.
Yes, sir, I can read. Good times are here again.
Okay, great. All right. All right. So if you have noticed, there is a gray box that I have deliberately kept on the text. What I'll do is I'll remove that box now. I'm sorry. So what I've tried to do is I have tried to merge my slides in the template provided by Dr. Sarika. So there's some jump in the slides, but this was the text that you read earlier. There was a gray box. I have just removed the gray box now. Why do you think you read something which was not there? You can unmute and tell me. So this was a text which has no meaning at all, but all of you wrote or told me that it's good times are here again for MOOCs, or good times are here again. Why do you think you?
Because it was hiding inside that box, and we were able to read only half of the word, and which gives we did not give the clarity that whether it is
Mhm.
O or Q, and we just have a mindset that it may be because it's going with the word flow that it will be good because GOOD is good,
Yeah,
and that is perceived in our mind that it cannot be Q, it will be O, and
yeah.
when we that box is not there, it was hidden inside that it's Q or J or B because it could be R. So we are in a that mind that ARE is R.
Okay, fair enough. Somebody else, please. If any other thoughts than what we
Um,
just discussed.
Yes, so we have assumed that it could be a time because the half of the lower part of the line was covered with a box,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever is visible, we assume that it could be O, it could be I, the HERE. So we assume things maybe.
Okay, so it's about both of you spoke about we assume things, and that's why we read which was not there. What about others? Are there any other explanation? Is there anything else that other than assumption? What could be the theory behind this that our mind read,
Uh,
which was not even
yes,
written there? Yes, sir.
the when we complete when we look for the missing parts of the letters,
Mm-hmm.
we tend to gravitate towards what makes sense, what
Mm-hmm.
feels like it is something that we are familiar with.
Okay.
So the word good as opposed to GQQD is something that we have read more often.
Mm-hmm.
So we automatically gravitate towards that.
Okay.
So prediction works like based on the data that we have seen in the past.
Okay. Okay. So based on our prior experiences, we assumed that this was good, although the spelling was different. Okay, fair enough. Any other thoughts? Have you heard about the term called constructivism, behaviorism, constructivism? Are there any teachers from the education background?
I do practice constructive theory while I'm
Hmm.
teaching. So, quite, I would say that this is very much related to the brain's ability to predict the techniques which we normally use when we are teaching new words or um, telling stories or something like that.
Hi, Nisha.
Hi.
Okay, so yeah, we have a teacher. I mean, she was my MPhil classmate. It's good to have you here, Nisha. I mean, I think we are talking about after so many years.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, so constructivism is, I mean, all the theories of instruction design, e-learning, online education are based on the education and psychology theories. So one of the theories is behaviorism, wherein you train the students to change their behavior, and if they change their behavior, they'll learn something. That was the old theory. Then later on, a lot of research happened, and some scientists or educationists they came up with the theory called constructivism, wherein it is assumed that learning is not all about changing the behavior. We humans beings are blessed with uh, a very good brain, wherein we are able to construct new knowledge. So it's not just about rote learning or memorization. So similarly, I believe that although most of you would not have created any online courses or videos, but we already know how to teach. Being teachers, we teach in the classrooms. So based on that prior knowledge, we will build something new, which is on how to create or videos or how to design or develop MOOCs or online education courses. Okay. So we'll use the constructivism like you use the constructivism without knowing, and you constructed some meaning out of these words. All right. So I am told that Dr. Sarika had already covered the LCM model yesterday. I would want you to tell me what have you understood about the LCM model. Somebody please, briefly just tell me what have you heard about the LCM model or the four quadrant model that UGC recommends for creating online courses. So if you have uh, heard about it, you can recollect what Dr. Sarika told you yesterday. So I believe she spoke about this model that you see on your screen.
Yes, it was a complete session on LCM.
Yeah. So now it's time
Yes,
for
I
them
would
to
like, yes,
recollect.
yes, I would like them to,
Yeah.
just recollect the same. So make nice typing, learning dialogues, learning by doing.
Okay. No, I would want somebody to unmute and speak.
Yeah, at least one component if
Yeah. So what is the
somebody would
first
like to
component? Yeah. So
Hmm.
what is the first component? So see, I'll give you some hints if you don't remember. So this model is based on the UGC's 4-quadrant approach. So what is the first quadrant? So basically creating an online courses requires you to work in 4 parts.
I
So what
think
is the first part?
Nishit, you can unmute and talk directly. I think he has raised the hand.
So it's LED, I
Okay.
guess. Learning by you give some kind of reference point
Yeah.
in the
So
first quadrant, learning by dialogue.
Not
so
quite.
learning by
It's not a.
dialogue.
Uh-huh.
The first part which I understood about learning by dialogue is where, especially in case of a video, where this length of the video need not be very long. It can be shorter. A particular point is explained for a shorter duration.
Mm-hmm.
Then students are expected that we give them a time to actually think. You raise a question or ask them to think or their ideas. You pause the video.
Mm-hmm.
So there are spots where after every small concepts are covered, there are these reflection points. The term is reflection point, where students think. Either it's a question or something interactive to keep them engaged throughout that online learning video.
All right. So why is it called learning dialogues?
Two-way thing, not just persons in the traditional approach where teachers are continuously speaking, but there is not no expectation from students to actually think or reply. Whereas here we are expecting once certain thing has been covered, student is expected to do some sort of an action, uh, either writing down words or thinking or reflect upon certain point. So it's two-way communication and not just one person speaking continuously.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Anybody would like to add to what
Yeah.
just discussed?
There's also one thing about LEDs, that is you give the reflection spot where content is shown or discussed, and then you take a pause where you question the person, where the person is supposed to recollect whatever is heard, and then come back on it. So that is another important point of this model.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So have you heard about this term called script writing for videos? And if yes, what is the difference between a script and a text?
A script is what everything is very detailed.
So a script is typically a document which is used by multiple stakeholders in a production.
Okay.
So everyone from the actor or the speaker, in this case, to the editor, to anyone who is working on visual, or they're all kind of engaging with the script in different ways. So it has to be formatted and structured in a specific way to suit that.
Okay. Okay. Any other thoughts?
I think so. Script is like two-way dialogue. There can be one or more person involved.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the other text is like one-way communication, where only one person can say something.
Okay. So let's take an analogy of a movie. So in movie, you have a story, probably a movie based on, say, Mahabharata or Ramayana, for example. So you already have Mahabharata or Ramayana, the scriptures written, okay? And then you have a movie made on that scripture. And from making the movie, there's a script written. So what is now the difference between the scripture or the book and the script? So keeping this analogy in mind, now explain me what is the difference between a script and a text or a book or a story?
Script is word to word what is said. You're in front of the camera or on a stage.
Mm-hmm.
it not change. It's well rehearsed. It's be well rehearsed and spoken. Whereas when like coming to the initial thing, like text would be more like a guiding thing. That's what I understand. That it's not exactly word to word the person who is speaking on front. It gives a flow or key points.
Okay.
Hello.
Professor Nitish, your voice is not very clear. I'm not sure if it is just me or others also, but I'm not able to
Hello.
comprehend what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
your voice is breaking. Yeah. So Meghna has also written script means dialogues.
Yeah. Okay. Script means dialogues.
Uh,
All right.
so again, I mean, the Mahabharata or Ramayana analogy that you gave, the idea is that the events of the story are what are taken from the original text, but then
Mhm.
how they will be presented on screen, what will be spoken versus what will be visual, what will be the action, or where will the cuts of the shots be. These are the kind of components that a script very clearly highlights. In a convention, there is an entire convention for it, which helps the different people, the actors, the editor, the set designer, the costume designer, the prop master, the director, the editor, all these different people to actually collaborate using the same document. So people who are planning the scenes, for example, can plan based on location availability and things like that, if they know which all scenes are to be shot where. So there is a certain space where the location is always mentioned. So those kind of conventions are followed in order to make the collaboration of all these different people easier.
All right. So let me give you another analogy. I'm sure you can recollect old Doordarshan news. Okay. So the news reader or the presenter, the way she or he used to speak, and now the same Doordarshan or any other news channels that you see, do you see any difference between the news reading style, the earlier and the new one? Do you see any
Earlier it
difference?
felt
Yes.
earlier it felt as if they were just reading out the news. Now
Mhm.
Yeah.
it is more kind of a dialogue connecting to the people and the masses, as if they're bringing out the story live that they have covered as a reporter or something like that.
Exactly, that's the point.
Uh,
So that is what we need to move away from. If you look at the even the SWAYAM NPTEL videos or the online courses, the old courses, although not so very old, like probably 2 3 years old videos. Also, if you see, you'll see this difference. So uh, typically, teacher are reading from some book is not advisable. So when you create your videos, you'll have to ensure that you have a dialogue with your students, as if your students are sitting in front of you. In the online domain, we don't get a chance to interact with the students if it is a recorded session. But we'll have to assume that the students are sitting in front of you and you're interacting with them. That's why it's called learning dialogues. You are having a dialogue with them. So same way when you are interacting with your students in a live classroom, you would ask them questions, right? You would expect them to revert back, although you'll not get to see what they have responded in a recorded session, but you'll have to assume that they have responded to your questions. So you'll have to ask questions. You'll have to use the pitch of your voice in such a way that you're not reading from something, you're interacting, you're talking to them, you're talking to human beings. So that is the all essence of what I was trying to say when it comes to learning dialogues. All right. So let's quickly move to the next three quadrants, although I'm not going to cover these, and I don't want to cover the topics that others are going to cover in the coming sessions. So, but just quickly, just to understand what you have understood from the remaining three sessions that the remaining three quadrants that Sarika spoke about yesterday. So, what do you mean by learning by doing? What is learning by doing? So we're talking about the second quadrant. So we covered LED. Now we'll be talking about LBD. What is LBD?
conduct activities and you give a customized feedback where it helps the learner to learner feels motivated to learn and do things effectively.
Yeah. So it's learning by doing. See, basically what UGC recommends is you have 4 quadrants. The first quadrant is your video. You have the questions or the assessment on those videos. That is the second quadrant. So for the questions assessment, what this model prescribes is that you provide learners with the customized constructive feedback. So it's not just yes, you have got the answer correct, you have it's correct, incorrect. Rather, you give them the justification why it's correct, why it's incorrect, give some more feedback. So that is what this second quadrant is about. The third one is again the LXT learning extension trajectories is the extra reading material that UGC recommends you provide, because everything will not be covered in the video form. So you'll have to provide them with some extra reading material. It could be a research paper, it could be another video, it could be a PowerPoint, it could be a Word document. So there's a difference between providing the extra reading material. Earlier days, like when we were in the college, after every textbook, there was a list of reference book we were supposed, which was provided to the learners, and they were supposed to go to the library and read those books. Nobody read those. That's a different matter altogether. But keeping that in mind, what this model recommends is that you provide specific material, not a list of documents that nobody reads. You provide a specific document that, and it should be very short, like typically of not more than 10-15 pages, rather than providing them with the entire book. So that is this model recommends when it comes to the extra reading material. And the last one is the learner experience interaction, wherein one of the biggest criticism of online education is that it lacks human interaction. The students cannot interact with teachers. There's something called peer learning also in traditional education, wherein students not only learn from teachers, they also learn from their peers. So that was also missing in the online education model. So to overcome the challenges, this model prescribes something called learner experience interaction, which is nothing but a discussion forum for the learners. So when somebody will cover this session, they'll go more detail and then tell you how to do it. But for this session, I'll be focusing more on the first part, that is learning dialogues. Okay, so let's move ahead. All right, since everybody, I think, mentioned that Sarika has told you that uh, this model prescribes creating shorter videos, but how much short? What should be the ideal duration of a video, and why? Again, unmute and talk. I am for some reason not able to see the chat box, so some of you can unmute and talk.
I'm not sure if there is a standard, but 10 minutes, because depending on the subject and the content, like something very theoretical might require a longer time.
Mm-hmm. How much longer? So sorry, Nitish, your voice is not very clear, audible.
Which is not so.
So the maximum duration can be of 10 minutes. And I think the reason behind it, because our attention span is usually getting smaller and smaller day by day, and grabbing attention of online students will be difficult. So hence 10 minutes is the max limit.
So why 10? But why is this magical number of 10 minutes? Why not 5? Why not 15? Why not 12? Why not 7? Why not 8?
It can be 5 minutes, but 10 is the maximum limit, I guess.
But is it backed by some research? Why 10?
But
first of all, okay, first things first. Yeah, first things first. Do you all agree that it should be 10 minutes? Or are there any thoughts wherein somebody feels that no, I mean, it depends on the content that I'm teaching. If my content requires me to speak for 30 minutes, I'll speak for 30 minutes. If my content requires me to speak for only 5 minutes, I'll speak for 5 minutes. So why limit myself to this magical number of 10?
I did like to differ here. I would
Mm-hmm.
say ideal video time should be 5 to 8 minutes, not more than that, for two reasons.
Mm-hmm.
One, which is a proven research, that even today, the attention span of human beings has become shorter than that of a goldfish also. That's one
Mm-hmm.
reason.
Mm-hmm.
Second, any content which has to be present to the masses, whoever is listening, irrespective of their background, it should be made in such a way that it should be understood by everyone. It cannot be restricted to a particular frame. And if we are able to tell it in 5 to 8 minutes, I think the person who is listening will also get the crux of it.
Okay, okay, good. Do you all agree with what Nisha has just told? Or are there any different opinions?
I also agree with that. I mean, our attention span has decreased. For example, the Insta Reels, it's merely about few seconds and then you get another one. So I think people are used to now going into different reels very quickly. So even the videos have become shortened.
Yeah, even those 30-second reels are not seen completely. If somebody, if you don't like the reel, you quickly swipe through it and then go to the next one. So does
I
that mean we should be creating videos of less than 30 seconds or like of less than 1 minute?
I beg to differ here because there are videos which goes beyond 10 minutes and I won't mind watching because of the sheer content and maybe because of the experience that I'm getting out of it. So it all depends on the context. We've been there.
Okay, so Divya, if you're saying if the videos are good, then learners won't mind watching those videos, even if the videos are of say 30 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give it like a proper figure to it, but definitely we need not stick with just, let's say, 8 minutes or 10 minutes, depending on, again, the content and the context that we are talking about. If the subject is accounts for that matter, of course, it cannot be summarized or wrap up within few minutes.
Okay, so have you experienced something like this? I partially agree with you, but have you experienced something like this? For example, if somebody sends you a video of say 40 minutes, 30 minutes, although it's very somebody by a very good speaker, but as a human being, we tend to procrastinate. The moment we get to know that this is a video of say 30 minutes, I'll say, okay, I'll watch when I get free. I'll probably watch in the evening. Then in the evening, you'll say, I'm too tired now. Although this is a very good video, what I'll do is once I get some time before going to bed, I'll watch it. And then sometimes before going to bed, you feel asleep and then so I'll watch in the morning. So human tendencies at the moment we get to see the video is of say 40, 50 minutes duration or 30 minutes duration, we tend to procrastinate, although we desperately want to watch it, right? Uh, so do you think still in that case we should be creating videos of 30 minutes? And how do we define whether the video is good or no? I mean, who will decide whether the video is great?
Generally, it's the initial seconds that
Yeah,
makes us, like, get that
Yeah.
willpower of continuing, whether to hit a snooze button. So, yeah.
right.
So I just like to add that if it's a single video, then more often than not, in at least in my personal case, I do get to it and
Mhm.
watch it at some point. It's very few times when a single video is procrastinated. But when I know that this is an entire course which has many videos, whether they're long or short, I tend to procrastinate a lot more.
Right. So to coming back to what Divya was telling, and then what also you just mentioned, there are exceptions. So, for example, you might have heard a session from Professor Samir Sahasrabudhe yesterday. So, I'll be hooked to the screen if he's speaking for even 2 hours also. I don't mind. Uh, but can I guarantee that it will happen with every teacher? Every topic that he will talk about? Not sure. So these are exceptions. So we'll have to keep in mind not the exception, but the general rule that uh, there might be some exceptions. So I'm saying out of say 100 videos that you get, probably if you create 10 videos which are longer, which you feel that these are, although these are like longer videos, but very good ones, then it's okay. But as a rule, if we say that I'm a very good teacher, the topic that I'm teaching is very good, exceptional topic, and then I should create all the videos of say more than 30, 45 minutes. I don't think that will work. The research says that the average attention span of our students when watching online videos is 7 minutes, but the research was again done some years ago. Not sure about the current research in the era of reels. I'm sure that will again come down further, but we cannot limit ourselves to 30 seconds or 1 minute. So we'll stick to the earlier research that was done, which is 7 minutes. So on an average, the attention span of our students is 7 minutes. So we'll ensure that our videos are somewhere in that bracket. So there might be some studios which will finish within 5 minutes, and there are some videos which will probably be requiring you to speak for 15 minutes also. So that is okay. But we'll stick to this number, like around 7 minutes, plus minus a couple of minutes here and there. So that is the ideal duration of a video, which the research says, and most of the educators, online educators across the globe, follow this, including the LCM model also recommends creating videos which are of around 7 to 8 minutes. So are we clear with the duration of the video with this discussion, or are there any still different thoughts?
Yes, definitely, sir. I think that's why this concept of micro learning came. And that's why the micro learning concept came up, and it's proven model. Even the corporate training, even higher education also come up where the topics, we know that we have to follow the UGC credit system, 30 hours thing, but still we have to think the learner first approach. We should develop the content in such a way so that it should meet the minimum requirement. I know the one credit equal 30 hours, then 12 hours of video will not be able to suffice with that 7 minutes duration. That's why we keep the bracket 10 to 15. But obviously, yeah, that should be the ideal situation. That's why your concept of LED, which is very, I think, thoughtful concept where we can have some kind of interaction between video. So video they should not go beyond 7 minutes, at least one stretch. They should have some break, let them reflect what they have learned. Then from there, they should be able to pick it up. Yeah, it's very good insight, sir. Thank you. Yeah.
Is it Dr. Ashish from PW?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
I see some familiar faces. Okay.
Yes, sir. No, it's part of yesterday's discussion also. So it was very good thing. Yeah.
Okay, great. All right.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah. So, I mean, see, if there are any teachers who believe that they are capable enough to grab the attention of students for 30 minutes, please go ahead and create those longer videos. I don't mind. But I would recommend, as a general rule, to stick to shorter videos, which will guarantee that your students will watch these videos. So that is the discussion about the ideal duration. Again, it's not a rule, but just an advisory to create smaller videos. All right. So now, since we have more or less agreed to creating shorter videos, how do you ensure that the video is short? Because typically when we go to the classroom, where uh, I typically require 30-40 minutes to cover one small topic. So how do I ensure that that topic is fitted into a smaller video of less than 10 minutes? Are there any techniques of doing it? Or should I just eliminate some content from my topic and only cover the essential part? How do we create shorter
Possible
videos?
to break a topic into that kind of smaller chunks that can be about 7 minutes?
Okay, perfect. So that is one option of chunking your video into multiple smaller videos. Okay, good. Anything else can be done? Chunking is one part. Like, yes, definitely we can divide the video into smaller videos. That is one option. Chunking is another option, wherein like you can probably create small chunks. Is there anything that we can do apart from these two things?
We have an answer from Nishit Shah.
Mhm.
He says that start with easy topics, things that students know, and gradually move to difficult ones.
Mhm.
And another uh, from Professor Rahul saying that break with follow-up hint.
Okay, okay, okay. I'll tell you my own experience. So I work with a lot of teachers, help them create MOOCs, online courses. Initially, when I tell the teachers to only create shorter videos, a lot of like many of them have had this argument or discussion with me that, I require at least 30 minutes to cover. In my classroom, I require um, 45 to 50 minutes, but uh, in online, I will at least require 30 minutes to cover one topic. I say, okay, fine, come to the studio and we'll see. And you'll be surprised to hear that when these teachers come to the studio and when they stand in front of the camera and when they start talking, the same topic, they cover in less than 10 minutes. That typically requires 30 to 40 minutes in the classroom is covered within 10 minutes in front of the camera. Why do you think this happens?
So
Because chain of thought is not broken here.
Sorry?
Chain of thought. When we teach in the classroom, students ask questions in reverse. That doesn't
Mhm.
happen in studio. So chain of thought is not broken. Hence, the topic is completed before time.
Yeah. So you stick to the point and then deliver your session without any distractions. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Any other explanation of this? This is my own research, by the way, that I've seen teacher who, are very adamant that I would need at least 30 minutes, finish their session in 10 minutes, maximum 15 minutes.
May I?
Yes,
Like,
please.
I feel that maybe they are in the one mindset. And secondly, when we talk to camera, the speed is little different from what we speak to the students.
Okay, okay. Speed is different and mindset is also different. Okay, fair
Mindset is
enough. Yeah, yeah, fair enough, Meghna. Again, another familiar face, Meghna.
Hi.
Yeah.
What I'd like to share is like what I thought is like sometimes it so happens that when I'm talking to the students, sometimes by looking at their face, it reflects that whether my point is being made or not. So sometimes I will go an extra mile to explain certain things in more details or in some other way. But when I'm directly talking to a camera, probably I'll stick to my original chain of thought and then don't elaborate at certain points.
Right. Yeah. Possible. Yeah, that could be also one of the reasons.
There is one from Professor Amit. He says
Mhm.
due to instant feedback from their reactions. So that's what he's put in the chat box.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So whatever may be the reason, but this is the fact that the topic that typically you cover, you require another extra 10-15 minutes in the classroom requires hardly 10-15 minutes to cover in the studio. So, the fact that you're coming to the studio, will reduce some time from your typical teaching in the classroom. Yeah. So then there's like, you can identify the breakpoints. So you can break the video into multiple videos like part 1, part 2, part 3. Typically in our lecture, we pause, we take a pause. So for example, we explain some concept and we give some examples of that concept. So that explanation of the concept could be one video. Examples could be another video. or maybe you switch from one main topic to another subtopic. So that switch can be a good breakpoint. Also, you go deeper into a subtopic, that can also be a breakpoint. And then you ask questions to students, you give an activity and so many other things. There is hardly any continuation for 40-45 minutes. There are definitely bound to be some breaks. So those breaks can be good, and you being the teacher, you would be the best person to identify where I should be breaking my video into multiple videos. All right, so now let's come back to the discussion of what should be the ideal uh, flow of your video. तो ये तो डिसाइड हो गया कि वीडियो शुड बी शॉर्ट, इट शुड बी इंटरैक्टिव. इसका फ्लो क्या होना चाहिए, वीडियो कैसे बनता है, मतलब when you sit down to write a script. Okay, before that I would like to have one discussion. आपको क्या लगता है, वीडियो इम्प्रॉम्प्टू बनाना चाहिए या फिर स्क्रिप्ट लिखनी चाहिए? डू यू थिंक राइटिंग स्क्रिप्ट इज एसेंशियल, या फिर a teacher should directly go in front of the camera and speak impromptu?
No, script should always be there.
Okay, why?
Why? Because we are facing the camera, and when the script is ready, it keeps us focused. Number one, and second is we are not wasting the time, and recording happens very easily when we are focusing on to the subject matter or hitting it directly.
Mhm. Okay. What about others? Do you all agree with what Meghna just told? She's saying that scripting is essential.
We have another comment in the chat box by Professor Rakhi.
Mhm.
She says that script is essential to check the content coverage and time constraints.
Okay, so whether we have covered all the topics that we wanted to cover or the content that we wanted to cover can be
Yeah.
checked if you write the script. Okay.
Another comment by Nishita, key pointers should be ready. Script is not compulsory. Teachers
Mhm.
should sound natural.
Right. Okay.
And I think the flow should be like the introduction first, and then the expansion, and then the conclusion. So if we are making a script, then maybe the points are like, arranged in that manner somewhat.
Okay, we'll come to the flow, sir. But before that, I would like to have the discussion whether script is essential or we should go impromptu and talking from the camera. Are there any teachers who believe that uh, script is not essential and I should go and talk impromptu?
So I think script is not necessary unless I have some cue card with main points listed. Then I can speak. If script is with me, I'll be like, handshake to give, be my natural self.
Okay, okay. So biggest criticism of script writing and reading from script is that it may not sound natural. And I agree with you that, there are chances that it may sound like you're reading from something instead of, as I mentioned earlier, we should be speaking as if you're interacting with the students. And if it is a written script and you're reading from teleprompter, um, you may not sound very natural. But having said that, it is essential to write the script for various reasons. I'll tell you my own experience. So, one of the premium education institutes, I was helping their teachers create online courses for SWAYAM. And one of the very senior faculty also had an administrative role in that university. And he said he sort of like probably felt offended when I asked him to write the script and come prepared and deliver your session in the studio. He said, I have been teaching this subject for more than 30 years. I am the director, and I have written so many books and research papers on this topic, and I don't need to think twice um, when I speak. Uh, so I said, okay, fine. I didn't want to argue. So I said, and as I mentioned earlier, there are always some exceptions. So I consider these people as exceptional people. So, so I said, okay, sir, come to the studio and we'll record your session. So he came and he started talking. He recorded the video. He spoke, very nicely, and then the video went on for 15, 20 minutes, I believe. I said, okay. We recorded the video. The course went on the Swayam. And then one day, one student pointed out that there's a factual error in the number that he has spoken. So instead of saying, say, 37%, he incorrectly said 73% or 74%, which was a huge mistake. And that was not a deliberate mistake, but he made that mistake. And the course was put on LMS across the country. Students started taking that course. It went live on Swayam. And then somebody pointed out. By that time, another 3, 4, 5 months had passed by the time, we got to know about this error. So now imagine the situation. So what I had to do was I called up this teacher and I said, now we need to make that small correction in your video. There's a small editing of say 1 minute only. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to wear the same clothes that you were wearing on that day, have this same haircut. If, I mean, I think he had a beard, so you'll have to ensure that you have a similar beard so that it doesn't look like, we have added some past to video. Okay, so same clothes, same setup, same background, everything. Imagine the pain of doing it again after 6 months. And then he realized that he should have not spoken impromptu. At least he should have like referred to some bullet point that somebody just mentioned, some pointers, and then probably elaborated on those. Um, Also, we are living in an era where even small things can snowball into big controversies. You might have read in the newspaper, seen in the news that some teacher said something in the classroom, student recorded that and put it on social media, and then the teacher, poor teacher, had, lost his job. It happened in Pune, where I come from. Uh, Also, there are some very sensitive, gender sensitive things, religion sensitive things that we in a classroom probably say, but it goes unnoticed. Although your students may not like it or have a different opinion about it, but it goes unnoticed because it stays within the classroom. Nowadays, with social media, some of the students can probably record it and make it viral. So we'll have to be very careful what we say. And one way of ensuring that what we write of uh, not incorrect, first thing. Another is that it doesn't lead to any controversy, especially in social science subjects. Um, so for that matter, I would strongly recommend you write your script, show it to somebody in your field. There has to be at least one reviewer of your script. Uh, don't bring your ego into that. I have written and somebody else is checking it, because whatever goes on internet, on web, stays there, and it will lead to some controversy and so many other things. So there are so many reasons of writing your script. So I would strongly recommend you write your script, show it to someone else, get it approved, and then go to the studio. That will also ensures that there are no retakes. So when you are talking impromptu, you bound to make some mistakes. There will be some fumbles. There will be some mispronunciations. So when you read from the script, these things are not there. So for all these reasons, I would advise you to write your script, put it on teleprompter, and practice as if you are talking naturally. Okay. So that comes with practice for sure. You might have seen a lot of teachers sounding very natural, but they read from teleprompter. Even the prime ministers and presidents, they also read from teleprompters, for your information. They address their rallies, which require very high pitch and very conversational language, but they also use teleprompters. right from Barack Obama, Modi, all the presidents, ministers, most of them, they use teleprompters for their public rallies. So there's no uh, harm in using teleprompters and writing your scripts. I hope you agree with me on this point. All right, so let's come back to the flow of your video. What should be the flow? What is the first thing that you'll, when you sit down to write the script, what is the first thing that you'll write?
The introduction, of course.
Introduction. Okay, what will you cover in the introduction?
The scope of the course, the way I'm going to teach it is sort of a ground map, maybe. Yeah. So that.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Do you all agree that first thing should be introduction, or is there anything else that comes before introduction?
I would say the general outline of the entire script. I mean,
all right, general outline of the entire video that you would want to give to your students. Why?
That gives a certain structure to it.
Okay. So why,
I think the
as a learner?
self-assessment, sir. Yeah,
just a
I think the
second. So
self-assessment will be the also crucial, so that we should try to arouse their learning ability, how much they know. From there, we'll pick it, because sometimes we to had a constructive knowledge to add on to build on their current knowledge and all. So self-assessment is also one of the way which we can start. So in that video.
So when you all go to your classrooms, what is the first thing you do with your students?
I have two comments in the chat box. Dr. Raki has put it as interesting trivia, facts, something which starts the interest in the subject. And Nishit Shah has put up as plus what is expected from the learners.
Okay.
I did like to differ here, Ganesh, because being a language teacher, it's very difficult to keep the attention in a language classroom. So I did like to start with stories, even if it's a video or a classroom session, maybe just narrating a small incident and bring them to the topic.
Okay. Okay, great. But I'm not sure if you all understood my question. What is the first thing you do when you go to a classroom? Do you directly start with the introduction? Do you directly start with the stories? Do you directly start with the trivia and facts and all those things? Or do you do anything else before that?
Greet them.
Perfect. So you greet them. So do you think it is required to greet the learners in the online education, in the videos also? Or it
Very
is not
much
required?
necessary. Very much.
All right, perfect. So
we
the
have
first thing is
comments
greeting.
saying yes.
Yeah. So the first thing is greeting the learners. Okay. Now, when I go to my classrooms, I say, good morning, students. Welcome to this class and so and so and whatever it is. What should be the greeting when I create my video? Can I say, good morning, students? Today we are going to discuss how to write video scripts. Or good afternoon, learners. Today we are going to discuss how to write the script.
I think it should be specific, because this will be 24/7 videos and different part of the world. So we should not try to speak specifically mention day or whatever day, I think morning and all. We should start with good day or somehow. So we should try to avoid those even dates, the current references, so that it can be percolated to all level of learners, to any time, any day. That's my view. Yeah.
Right. Perfect. So the very fact that these are recorded videos, you might be creating the video in the morning, but your learner might see it in the night also, right? So there's no point in saying good morning, good afternoon. Your morning may be his or her night. So the very first thumb rule of creating videos or any online course material is that there should not be any timestamp. So it's not just good morning, good afternoon. It is any timestamp. For example, teachers have the habit of saying, "Kal humne ye dekha tha." Yesterday we saw that. It could be your yesterday, but learner might see that video after 1 month, right? So उसको क्या पता होगा कि आपका कल क्या था? So there should not be any timestamp in any of the videos. Whether it's good morning, good afternoon, yesterday, tomorrow, आज सुबह, कल दोपहर को, all of these things are of no um, significance in the recorded video. Okay, so the first thumb rule is that there should not be any timestamp to avoid. So फिर अगर टाइम स्टैम्प नहीं देना है, ग्रिड भी करना है, तो हाउ विल वी डू इट? कैसे ग्रिड करोगे फिर आप लर्नर्स को? ग्रिड तो करना चाहिए, राइट? तो हाउ विल यू ग्रीट योर लर्नर्स?
Simply by hello, hello students.
We have a couple of comments in the chat box.
Mm-hmm.
Khadija says, welcome. Nishita
Welcome to the
says,
session.
hello in the previous video.
Mm-hmm.
Soni Yadav says, by saying hello.
Mm-hmm. Okay, hello.
Hi there, everyone. That's Nisha Navres. Professor Sudha says, hello, learners. Most of
Mm-hmm.
them about hello.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else than hello and welcome? I think Professor Samir Sahasrabudhe's video was shown to you yesterday. What did he say? Do you recall? Again, he graded with a time neutral expression yesterday, if you saw the video.
Surabhi Sharma says a question.
The question is not a greeting. Let's come to that part later on. I mean, you can have a question, you can have an anecdote, you can have um, a story. But before that, we greet our learners, right? So apart from hello, okay, Nisha is saying hi there, everyone. Okay, hello, learners. Can I say namaste? Can I say namaskar if a video is made in Marathi? Yes. So if you recall that video, I'll probably show that again here. I think Professor Sahasrabudhe says hello and namaste. And I've seen the professors from that course, the Designing Learner Centric MOOC course on Swayam. All of them, I believe, say hello and namaste. So, I mean, you can customize your greeting, but just to keep in mind that there should not be any timestamp to it. Okay. All right. So first part we covered, that is there should be greeting to the learners and it should not have any timestamp. All right. So we are running out of time. I believe another 20 minutes or so we have. So let's talk about the next part. Once you have the you have greeted your learners, what is the next thing that you'll do? Why is everybody quiet?
Ideally, we should introduce the subject that we are going to present, right?
Ideally, you should be introducing the subject. Why?
Because the learner would be anxious to know that what are the things that I'll be covering.
Okay. All right. So learner would be anxious to know that what are you covering? Have you heard about this theory in education? So which says there's an educationist called Malcolm Novels. So Novels theory of adult education. So he says when you're dealing with adult learners, you need to tell them upfront what's in it for them.
Yes, we have a comment from Soni Yadav saying topics to be covered in this video.
Right. So the first point is that you teach small kids, you make them sit in the classroom for the entire day. They will not ask you why I'm here or what is that you're teaching, right? The learners need to know when it comes to the adult learners पहला सवाल उनके दिमाग में आएगा कि मेरे लिए क्या है इसमें, इस वीडियो में या इस सेशन में मेरे लिए क्या है. So you need to satisfy that within the first few seconds कि what's in it for them. अगर उनके लिए वो सेटिस्फाई हो गए तभी वीडियो देखेंगे आपका, नहीं तो नहीं देखेंगे. So you'll have to ensure that you answer this question, what's in it for them. For that, you can probably tell the topics to be covered in the video. In this topic, in this video, we are going to cover following topics, or learning objectives, outcomes uh, is very essential. So the everybody talks about the outcome-based education, right? OBE. So you need to tell them what, after watching my video, what will you gain from it? So within the first few seconds, you need to satisfy this answer, right? So that comes first. The second, okay, what next then? So you greet the learners, you tell them what are you going to cover in the video, in the form of learning outcomes, objectives, uh, topics to be covered. What next? Do you think anything else needs to be told to the learner? Do you think that teacher should give his or her uh, introduction to the learners? Do you think it is required? That I have 20 years of experience, I've been teaching this subject, and I come from so and so background, I have, my qualification is PhD, and do you think this is required?
To a certain extent, yes, because with adult learning, the listeners, they mostly tend to judge the person whether he's really knowledgeable to teach me or not, because that is one frame which typically comes as a challenge with adult learning.
Okay, so will it be sufficient if a teacher video is shown and then you have the subtitle there, like, Professor Ganesh Lokhande, uh, PhD and all that, whatever. So typically we add that. Do you think that is sufficient, or teacher should also be talking like, so my name is Ganesh Lokhande and I, have PhD and whatever it is. Do you think that is required?
So Sony Yadav says only name is required,
Mhm.
while Nancy Chinmay says that know your speaker is important.
All right. All right. So let's take another scenario. So in a typical MOOC of 2 credits, you have 2 or 3 teachers max, right? And each teacher ends up creating 20, 30 videos at least. So do you think that in every video, as a teacher, I should be saying, welcome to this video. My name is Professor Ganesh Lokhande and so and so. Do you think this is required in every video that I am going to create? So I'll have 20, 30 videos in just a 2 credit course. If it is a full degree course, I'll have like hundreds of videos.
Not really. Subtitles can help.
Yeah. So I would advise, again, it is an advisory. It is not, it's again up to you. But I believe, since we are talking about creating shorter videos, um, you know, let's not eat into students' time, learning time by telling your own background. I mean, up to a certain extent, students need to know their teachers. So for the first video that you create in a series of videos, you probably tell your background that is required, but not in every video. So only in the introductory video, as Sonia has rightly pointed out, probably you can tell that. In every MOOC, if you go on SOEM and you see there's an introductory video. So in the introductory video, know your instructors is what, um, a section is called know your instructors. So it's written also in the on the platform. The teacher, their experience, everything is written. A short bio is given. Also, you can create a short intro video for the course, when welcoming learners and telling them what is going to be covered in the entire course. And then these are the instructors. My name is Ganesh. I have Nisha with me, and I have Sarika with me, and then our qualification. So I'll tell my qualification experience. Sarika will tell her experience qualification. So you can create a similar video as an intro video for the MOOC or the online course, but not in every video. You should not be putting in telling your introduction. I hope this is clear. Yeah. So Professor Raki is saying typically MOOC has instructor profile along with course description. So I feel not required. Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's what my point is precisely. All right. तो वो पार्ट हो गया. तो व्हाट एल्स शुड बी देयर इन द इंट्रोडक्शन? वन इज तो आप क्या पढ़ने वाले हो, ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, आउटकम्स, ये सब बता दिया. इज देयर एनीथिंग दैट वी आर मिसिंग? Yes, no. Is there anything that you would like to add in the first 30 seconds
So
in your video, if
Nisha
you think?
says what we expect from the learners.
So what do you expect from the learners? Nitish Shah.
And Surabhi Sharma says who should take this course.
So that again is part of the introductory video. You don't need to create, write that in every video. So that is for the course. So we create one video for the entire course, wherein you cover all these things. That is the introductory video. Introductory video is a sort of a marketing video. So wherein by looking at that video, students will decide whether to enroll in your course or not. So typically, if you go on SWAYAM NPT, you'll see there's an introductory video about each course. So it's a 2-minute pitch to the learners. But I'm talking about the other videos in the course.
We have two more. Varnasi Chinmay says expectations like lifelong learning and practical experiences. And Professor Raki says maybe how the course is structured.
Yeah, so that is in the intro. I'm not talking about the intro video. We'll probably come to that if you get time. How do you design the intro video? But I'm talking about the other videos that you create in the course, typically your topic videos. So one is definitely the greeting part. The next is the introduction, wherein you tell what to expect from this video, and there are various ways of gaining attention. There's another theory called gain attention, wherein Robert Gane is another educationist in online education. He says you must gain the attention of learner in the very first 30-40 seconds. For that, there are various techniques. One technique is, like Nisha said, she would typically say a story, is gaining attention, right? You directly go to the classroom and then start teaching, nobody probably would be interested, or a lot of students who may not be interested. So there are various ways of gaining attention of the learners. One is that somebody said you throw some startling facts at them. आपने देखा होगा वीडियो की, या there are some questions thrown to the learners. क्या आपको पता है कि यूके के 50% or more than 80% universities are going with hybrid learning now. So that means essentially every teacher has to create online videos at some point of time in their career. See, this is a startling fact that I'm telling, right? So that gains the attention of learner. अरे यार ये कुछ तो नया लग रहा है. This is something new, some new fact that has come. So there are various ways of gaining attention. So one is you throw some numbers, some surprising facts, some news, something that excites the learner. So that is called gain attention.
We have things like a compelling question, a relatable problem by Dr. Raki. Meghna Chatterjee says setting stage.
Yeah.
Sony Yadav says quick revision of the previous video.
That can also be done. So if it is a series of videos, for example, I mentioned earlier that in the first video you explain the concept, in the second video you explain the give examples of that concept. So in the second video you can say that in the first video or in the previous video we saw the concept. Now in this video we are going to see the examples related to it. So you can link this video to your previous video if it is linked. So that can also be done. So this first part is like, and it's up to you depending on the topic they are teaching, but you have to keep this series in mind. So there's all these educationists and people who have been working in the e-learning domain, online education domain, have done a lot of research. So we'll have to bank on them and then use their expertise. So what they say is you grade the learner, you gain the attention of the learner, you ensure that you tell them what's in it for them. So all these theories of education, online education, we need to keep in mind when we write the script for our videos. Okay, so that part is covered. After this part, uh, uh, talk about the main content that you're teaching, right? So use various pedagogies of teaching online. Most important part in that, I think Sarika had covered that. There's something called reflection spot. So just to ensure that your video is interactive, it's not a one-way traffic, and the learners also feel connected with you. You ask a questions, you teach whatever you want to teach, and then you ask a question to the learner based on what you have just taught them. So it's called reflection spot. So it's about allowing them to reflect on their learning. So that needs to be inserted somewhere in between. Uh, with that, I have a question. Uh, what should be the ideal placement of the reflection spot? Can it be at the beginning? Can it be at the end? Or can it be somewhere in the middle? कहाँ पे डालना चाहिए रिफ्लेक्शन स्पॉट क्वेश्चन लर्नर्स को?
It should be middle, as we discussed, like 7 minutes is a sweet spot. So
Mhm.
between that time and all, at least 50% of video, so that whatever is covered, it depends on the topics also, what is required, if it is required. So ideally, it should be the middle of the video.
अच्छा, ओके.
Yeah.
क्यों मिडल में क्यों चाहिए? स्टार्ट में क्यों नहीं, आखिर में क्यों नहीं?
Because we have to ensure that learner has been engaged in those content what is being taught. So it is that if to make sure that they are engaged, they are not simply playing the video, going and watching other Instagram things. Somehow we should try to just engage them, and that should be hard to stop between that. And from that point, we should make sure they are completing those topics. Then only they should be moving ahead with the further part of the video. Yes.
Yeah. तो उसको बोलते हैं स्ट्रक्चरल पॉइंट, वेर इन लाइक इफ यू फील कि मेरा वीडियो 10 मिनट का है फॉर एग्जाम्पल, तो मुझे लगता है कि 5 मिनट के आसपास शायद मेरे स्टूडेंट्स का अटेंशन स्पैन कम हो सकता है. सो आई नीड टू इंसर्ट अ क्वेश्चन एन एक्टिविटी देयर फॉर द लर्नर्स सो दैट they do not move away from my screen, right? So somewhere in the middle, like ऐसा नहीं कि 10 मिनट का वीडियो तो 5 मिनट पे होना ही है. So it could be at 4 minutes, it could be at 6 minutes. Okay. How many reflection spot questions should be there?
I think there should be three, even though it is a 5 minute or 8 minute video. The first reflection spot at the starting, where the person is made to think how he had learned or perceived this topic so far and now how he is going to look. That's one. Second, maybe at the middle, where really need to gain the attention, and at the end, once the topic is concluded, leave the person on a question or a note, making him think again about the topics that he has learned, and now with the new approach, how things will change for him or her.
Okay, so Nisha is saying that there should be at least three reflection spot questions. Are there any other thoughts?
Yeah, there are two uh, comments. Nisha says, no strict rule. Generally, after some topics have been covered, middle it gives breather to the learner before we move ahead. And Meghna Chatterjee says, middle is a natural pause. So one.
No, but what I'm saying is, how many reflection spot questions should be there in a typical 7, 8, 10 minutes videos? How many? One is for sure, everybody agrees that there should be one. That is the minimum. Maximum, how many should be there?
Three is according to Nisha.
Yeah, Nisha is saying three. I should just explain. Okay, Nishi also says 1, 2, max 3. Okay. Yeah, I also agree with this. There should not be more than three. One is that Nisha mentioned about the recall of prior learning. So, as I mentioned earlier, we are dealing with added learners. Nobody comes as a blank slate. They already have some knowledge about any topic that you're teaching, right? So you can probably have prior learning, recall of prior learning. It is again another theory in the online education that you recall the prior learning of your learners. कि आपको इसके टॉपिक के बारे में क्या पता है बताइए, तो उस पे you have some question, basic question, and then students will also feel कि हाँ यार मुझे आता है ये टॉपिक, थोड़ा बहुत पता है मुझे इसके बारे में, राइट? आप क्लास में भी जाते हो तो आप पूछते हो ना कि ये टॉपिक के बारे में बात करने वाले हैं, एंड देन उस पे कोई क्वेश्चन पूछते हो, तो जिसको पता है तो उसको अच्छा लगता है कि हाँ मुझे पता था पहले से. So you recall the prior learning. You can probably have the question at the beginning, but again, it's not a rule. It's up to you, depending on the content that you're teaching. Definitely have something in the middle, not immediately after the session starts, but somewhere in the middle you have something, and then towards the end also you can probably have a question. But one is mandatory. I would say 2 to 3 max should be there. It should not be like content कम और question ही ज्यादा है तो बच्चे भाग जाएंगे, वीडियो नहीं देखेंगे, right? So that we have covered about the number of questions. Okay, ये तो हो गया पहले फ्लो पे हमने ग्रीटिंग देख लिया, उसके बाद में इंट्रोडक्शन हो गया, उसके बाद में उसका स्ट्रक्चर कैसे होना देख लिया है. Then we also spoke about the reflection spot. Now, do you think anything else is required in a video? We are coming towards the end of a video. क्या चाहिए? Summary, okay. Good. Do you all agree that summary चाहिए? All right, last 5 minutes, okay? Then we'll have a break and then come back and have the hands-on session. Okay, any queries? Last में क्या होना चाहिए? Last आपका video तो हो गया अभी almost. Give them some small task,
I
a
think
small MCQ.
key takeaways are very important so that they should be able to summarize and key
हाँ.
takeaway of the lecture so that they can recap whatever is being taught in this.
Yes. So yes, I agree. So it's very important to you have a summary. ये वीडियो में हमने ये देखा. So learners, we have come to the end of this session. Let's summarize what we have covered in this session. And then in the next session or in the next video, we are going to have a hands-on. तो ये मैंने मेरे सेशन के बारे में बताया. Now, again, I'll repeat the question. So the participants, this brings us to the first part of this training. Let's summarize what we have seen. तो आपको समरी करनी है हमने पिछले 1.5 घंटे में क्या क्या डिस्कस किया, वन बाय वन. तो मैं तो समरी करूंगा, लेकिन आप समरी बताओ ना मुझे अभी, सिंस दिस इज अ लाइव सेशन. अगर ये रिकॉर्डेड होता तो मैं समरी कर देता, तो मैं बोलता था कि हमने ये कवर कर लिया. नाउ सिंस दिस इज अ लाइव सेशन, आई हैव द लग्जरी ऑफ आस्किंग यू द क्वेश्चन. तो आप बताइए कि व्हाट हैव वी कवर्ड. सो समरी कीजिए ना ये सेशन का नाउ. सो इट्स एग्जैक्टली 3 o'clock in my watch. Yeah.
May I?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So we started with the basically designing of the video, that is learning by doing, and
Okay.
then
एक
we
मिनट,
talked
एक मिनट.
about
Meghna, let me, sorry to interrupt,
yeah.
but everybody should tell only one point, okay?
Okay,
आप
okay,
अगर
okay.
बात करोगे, we are all teachers, we love to talk, and then it should not happen that we
Yeah,
cover
sorry,
everything,
sorry.
okay? So I want
Yeah.
everyone to tell me one point each, and then please follow the sequence that I followed in my session, right from the beginning. तो सबसे पहले जब सेशन हुआ तो क्या हमने डिस्कस किया?
Constructive approach based on prior knowledge.
Okay, perfect. So we spoke about constructivism. Great. Okay. फिर क्या कवर किया हमने?
Then we started
Video
learning
should be
dialogues,
short
all
and
the part.
interactive.
Yes.
Okay. Professor Ashish was saying something, and then Meghna
Yeah,
will.
mainly we started the learning dialogue with the 4 component, which is the key of any content part, the learning dialogue LEDs. Yes.
Yeah, I think we spoke about the LCM model, the learner-centric
Yeah.
MOOC model
Yeah.
developed by
Yeah.
IIT Bombay,
Yeah.
and the 4 quadrant approach we discussed.
Approach of LEDs. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yes, Meghna.
And then we talked about LEDs, that is learning dialogues, moving from monologues to dialogues.
Okay, great. तो नेक्स्ट कोई बताइए कि एलईडी में क्या हमने बात की?
difference between a script and story.
Great. Next. Somebody else, please. Are there only 3, 4 people in this session? I don't see how many people have joined, but I see right from the beginning only 3, 4 people are talking, and then 5, 6 people are typing in the chat box. What about others? This is the last chance. जिन्होंने आप तक बात नहीं की वो बात कीजिए. I guess somebody has typed a very long response in the chat box.
So we have 61 in the meeting. You had asked for the number.
Yeah, so what about others? Why are others not talking? Only
Nishit
3.
has written, yeah, all
Nishit.
proper.
So Nishit, Nisha, then all these people that have been talking now take a back seat. Others.
Many people are typing also. Sony is also typing.
I see some people are
Meghna.
typing. Chinmay and then
So anybody
Sonia.
else would like to
Yes,
summarize?
We discussed about the length of the video. Ideally, it should be 7 to 8 minutes.
Perfect. Okay. What else do we discuss?
and after the length of the video, then at the start of the video, how to greet. We discussed about that in the start, since it's online mode. So how to greet when we record a video.
Now, what is the thumb rule that I told? What is the
Keep
first
your script ready.
Okay, that is one. That was one. Keep your script ready. Script preference
There
given
should
to
be
script.
no timestamp.
Perfect. There should be no timestamp. Yes. What else did we discuss?
Start your video with greeting without
Greeting.
timestamp.
Okay, वो हो गया. Yes. What next? What next?
What should be the flow of your video?
Flow. Okay, flow में क्या क्या cover किया हमने? Yeah, chunking of video किसी ने बोला है, फिर फ्लो भी दिखा है नीतीश सर ने. बट आप बताइए जो भी बोल रहा है कि फ्लो में क्या आना चाहिए. क्योंकि आपको लिखना है अभी थोड़ी देर में. आफ्टर द 30-minute break you will have to write your script. So in the next session you'll be writing, you'll get 45 minutes to write your script based on what we discussed on any topic that you wish to write. And then another 45 minutes you'll have to present your script. हो गया सब? Have you covered everything? Is there anything is missing, still missing?
That how many reflection points should be there? 3. The reflection points could be either 1, and max to max 3. Discuss that.
Right.
And then how to end.
Perfect. And then we also discuss summary चाहिए, तो summary में क्या आना चाहिए, and then you can also use the last part of the video to tell about your next video. कि next video में हम ये देखेंगे, ठीक है?
Yes.
Yeah, any special instruction that you wish to give to your students, you can put it in the last part of your video. Okay. All right. I think with that, I'm done. The first part of our session is done, theory part. Now, second, what you have to do is, Sarika, what time are we coming back from the break?
So by 3:30.
Okay. So 3:30, since I already ate into your 10 minutes. So can it be 3:40?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
All right. So 3:40, everybody will come back. And then after you come back, you'll have to write the script, keeping all the things that we discussed in the last 90 minutes or so, and then write your script you'll get 45 minutes for that. and after 45 minutes, we'll start with the presentations. So it will
Alright.
be random. I'll ask like anybody from the group. Uh, I'll call out the name, and then you'll have to come and present. So be ready with your script.
So before we just break out though, let me thank you, sir, for the very insightful and interactive session, the practical way to design the flow of the video, the optimal duration, and the need for being interactive in a very clear and lucid mode of delivery with real world examples have really enriched our understanding of learning dialogues. So as he said, we'll take a short break and resume at 3:40 with the session 2 titled Hands-on Workshop Developing Your Own LED. So, and our sir will continue with the session. So, also, let me also put a quick reminder over here that the feedback link for the entire day will be shared at the end of the second session. So, we are truly hoping that you will be all be there and can have the feedback session at that particular point of time. All right. So, signing
Yeah.
off right now.
Thank you. And then you have the the script you have to write. So these are the steps that I typically give to my teachers. But again, this is just a guideline. You can have your own flow, but this is the flow that we discussed during the session. So if you want, you can take a screenshot, you can take a photo of this, and then this will be helpful to you when you write your script after the break.
All right. Signing off now. We'll all meet up together for the
At
session 3:40.
3:40. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Am I audible? Okay. So welcome back, everyone. We are now going to start with our second session on day 2. That is a hands-on workshop on developing your own learning dialogues, where we will move beyond concepts into practical application now. In this session, you will actively explore the process of designing effective learning dialogues and gain first-hand experience in creating meaningful, learner-centric instructional components. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am CA Siddhesh Wairkar, your host for this session. I hope that everyone is very excited for this hands-on experience and this experiential learning. So our speaker, Mr. Ganesh Lokhande, will now continue with this session and take us through some practical hands-on activities. Sir, we warmly welcome you back and invite you to lead us forward with this session.
All right. Thank you so much, Siddesh ji. Am I audible to everyone? Okay. All right. So welcome back. So in the first session, we saw how to write the script. So that was the theory part of it. There are some steps which need to be followed when you write your script. Also, there are some things that you need to keep in mind as per the learner-centric MOOC model, as well as the 4-quadrant model that UGC has recommended. So now in this hands-on session, as I discussed in the earlier session, what you need to do is you need to write your script based on the flow of the script writing that we had discussed earlier. So it should begin with a greeting, then you should have introduction. You have the freedom of choosing your gain attention part of it, like whether you want to have some startling facts, or you want to have a question to the learners, or you want to tell the learners about the outcomes of this video, whatever it is, it's up to you. And then followed by the main content, which should also have yeah. So somebody's written Robert Gane's learning theory. Yes. So you can follow that as well. And the reflection spot is an important element of any video. So you need to write the reflection spot, followed by the content, and lastly, the summary of your video. So this is the script that you need to write. This is the typical process that is followed everywhere. You write your script, you go to the studio, you record your script. Okay. And then the video is ready, and then the editing team comes and then they do all the enhancements, like whatever you're talking, there has to be some text or images or animation that will be inserted along with your video. So the first part we have covered, that is how to write the script. Now you need to follow the instructions that were given to you in the earlier session and write your script. So for next 30-35 minutes, you have to write the script on any chosen topic that you wish to have, and followed by that, there will be demonstration. So some of you will show your demo, your script, what you have written. We'll provide feedback. Everybody will provide their feedback, and based on that, you refine the script. Okay, once that is done, some of you might have access to some studios. So you go to the studio and record your video. Those who do not have access to any videos, any studios, you can use your mobile devices and record your video and send those across to us. That is your assignment for today. So you can take another 8-10 days to record your videos. But for writing your script, you have to finish the assignment today itself. So starting from now, another 30 minutes, you'll be writing your script. If you have any questions, I'll be there in this session throughout your journey of writing your script. Please feel free to ask any questions related to writing the script. I'll again share my screen and show on the screen the steps that we discussed earlier. Let me pull up that slide first. Okay, so this is a typical process flow of writing the script. But again, you don't have to stick to this. You can use your own imagination, your own skills to write the process flow. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask about writing the script. And preferably use your laptop to write the script in Word document so that when we'll ask you to present it, you can share your screen and show it. No. So there's a question. Somebody says, are we allowed to use AI polish the script? No, not allowed. Thank you for bringing this question up. I would recommend not to use any AI tools for writing your script. Let me tell you, to create a video nowadays, a teacher is also not required. So I have created some courses wherein there is not a single teacher in it. Even the teacher is created from AI models. But if you want to learn the art of creating videos, please don't use any AI.
Ganesh, sir, could you share your insights about how did that course go, where both the course creator as well as the course content, everything was animated? Because that is also something that we would like to know, because that has been there in the discussion last session. So based on your observation and experience.
I'll see if I have that on my PC. I'll share the screen and show you the video, but that's a good question. Although the AI is in very early stages now, so you can identify that this is made from AI. It doesn't sound that natural, but in coming months or so, it will be very difficult to identify whether the video is created by real Divya or an AI tool which imitates Divya's expression, all that. So that is definitely on the cards in coming days. A lot of developers have given me the demo, and it is real life like. Even your voice can also be replicated there. You don't have to use the computerized audio for that. So we have created a course recently, and we are yet to roll out it to the learners. So we are not sure about learners' feedback, but I'll show you. Meanwhile, when the participants are writing their script, I'll try to get one of the videos from that course. Although it would be in Marathi, but you'll probably be able to see how it is done.
Yeah, I think all these insights would really help, because I just came across one of my friend who is an instructor, he has a very good, bestseller course in Udemy, and there he said that everything was AI generated. He was not even required to basically be there, record, shoot, script. So that way his course is doing well. So it's like again, if it works, it works for you probably because of the subject that you're taking it, but otherwise, so that's always this thing that can we just like AI it. So probably that's the reason why seeing the paucity of time having 30 minutes. That's the reason why I appreciate our learners to be honest and frank enough to ask whether can we be taking AI assistance. So I can get that.
Yeah. So that's a good question. I think,
Yeah, actually, and even in our previous FDP, we have taught them using how to use the AI tools and various tools actually to create or take help for not only the script but for creating the videos and now with the new technologies and Gen AI and agentic AI and all, so there are a lot of tools which are already available. Yeah, and even Ganesh,
and
I remember constructors also we were using some kind of format for script writing and for generating LED also. That can also be.
yeah, I have developed a constructor myself,
Mm.
following these steps only. So what is that
Mm.
constructor? I'll tell you. So IIT Bombay has a constructor, which, to be honest, nobody uses because it's very difficult. It's based out of PowerPoint. So in the PowerPoint, you have instructions on the slide, and then in the notes area, probably you have to write the script following the instructions on the slide. Since it has technological limitations, nobody use. I mean, you can talk to anybody in the LW group. Nobody has ever used. I have taken, in fact, interviews for my tool development from all the LW members. I think you are also part of that interviewing group.
Yes, 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 yes.
And everybody said nobody used that tool. And in fact, the people who have developed, including Samir sir, and that is the reason why precisely we moved into creating a new tool. So the tool that I have created is basically includes all these steps. So for example, you have a field for greetings. So there are instructions, and then the teacher will write the greeting in the text box. And then since it is a technology-based HTML tool, it will give you prompts like whether you have used any timestamp there, for example. So if there's a timestamp there, the tool will prompt, okay, you have used a timestamp, please don't use it. Similarly, for objectives, if the verbs are non-measurable verbs that we use, the tool will give a feedback saying that, okay, don't use the non-measurable verbs. So that is a tool assistance that is provided to the teachers. The tool is again like work in progress because I am also moving towards AI now because I want AI to give these prompts. All these days, I started developing this tool from 4 years ago. Although I moved from PowerPoint to HTML5, there were some still limitations to it. Now with AI, I can definitely overcome those limitations. Like giving prompt to the teachers, giving personalized feedback, giving instant feedback on the script that they have written. But that again is AI based. What I want the teachers to develop the skill of writing the video script. That is the most important part. Learning about tools, constructors who will come next. Once they understand the process of creating the video, the MOOC or online courses, they'll be better equipped to do it with the help of tools afterwards. But first they need to understand. If upfront we tell them about the tools, they will forget about these tips. They'll be dependent on the tools. And I don't want them to be dependent on the tools. And not only here for Mahaswayam, I forgot to tell about
Yes.
Mahaswayam to the learners. Those who
Yes.
are from Maharashtra, will be excited to know that government of Maharashtra has started something called Mahaswayam based on the lines of Swayam. So there will be courses created in Marathi on the lines of Swayam and will be aligned to the curriculum of universities in Maharashtra. So it's called Mahaswayam. Initially, we called it Mahaswayam, but now it is called Mahadnandip because there's another government scheme that we have um, found that another government scheme was using that name, Mahaswayam. which is about self-employment, which is not related to online course content creation. And incidentally, I'm heading that initiative, the Mahaswayam initiative for Government of Maharashtra. So for there also, and all the universities that I've worked all these years, this is the process like typically it is followed, that teacher are trained to write their scripts for all the four quadrants. And then they go to the studio with the scripts for all the four quadrants, and then they face the camera and record the videos. And there are other tools also, like if you have an existing video from YouTube, for example, you can insert a reflection spot in the existing video. So inserting a reflection spot in an existing video is a technical skill that you will learn. So that is typically done by the technical people or the video editing people. So their job is to, if there's no reflection spot in the video, they'll use some tool and insert the reflection spot question. So there is Edpuzzle, there is H5E. These are all again paid tools. These are not free tools. So see, there are two things to it. Like one is the technology part is, and another is the actual skill of learning how to write the or create the MOOCs. So they might, like some might want to learn some other skills also, like video editing skills also. For example, some teachers use their own mobile devices to record videos, so they would want to edit the videos. So that's a different skill altogether again. Like as I mentioned, not everybody has access to studio. So some people use their home studio. So they use some tool to do the basic video editing. So again, coming back to the question, please don't use AI for now. Later on, once you feel that you have a hang of how to write the scripts, you can probably use AI to refine your language only. But if you use AI right now, ChatGPT, for example, it will not be limited to only refinement of language. It will also give you all the steps. You try. You ask them, I want to write a script on so and so topic. It will give you everything, the camera angle, the other things that are not required for a teacher. They'll also give that.
May I interrupt the conversation?
Yes, Nisha, please.
Yeah. So I was working on a project called Voice Notes for Parents, where I was supposed to talk about parenting to couple of group, and I had prepared some voice notes with certain script. So today I use opportunity to rework on the script, and that's where my script is ready. If I may just show it here, and you can give me the feedback.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, that's the plan, Nisha. So you'll write your scripts and then you'll showcase those scripts here now. We don't have the luxury of everybody showing their scripts, but I would definitely want at least whatever time permits, and we'll give 5 minutes to each. So you don't have to read through all the text from your script. You just have to tell me the structure that you're following for writing your script. Are you ensuring that your script fits into 10 minutes time slot? Are you
I
ensuring
was
that?
I'll just tell, like, since you've all shared these points since afternoon, I was parallelly working on the script so that I could see where my script is not fitting. Initially, the script was planned for 2 minutes, and it fits into 2 minutes because I had done a recording also. The only point that I think I missed in my script, which I got to know just now while working on it, was the reflection spot discussion. That was missing in my script. But rest all the points were covered very well in the script. So whatever is the email address, I'll share the script there.
Yeah, sure. Also, you'll get a chance to showcase it today itself. You keep it ready, and when the time to write the script ends, you'll be the first person, since you mentioned about it. We will give you a chance to showcase your script.
Thanks. That's a
Yeah.
pleasure.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Do you have any questions about writing the script? Also, since we were having this discussion in the break, so we have Sarika and Divya. So there are some tools. For example, you already have a video, and if you feel that okay, in my video there's no reflection spot, I forgot to insert. I did not know about how to write a reflection spot, for example. So you have some technological tools. So with the help of those technological tools, you can insert reflection spot questions in the existing video. For example, what happens is like there are some videos from YouTube that you can reuse. Again, you'll have to check for the permission to reuse the videos from YouTube. So ideally, you should not be editing the videos on YouTube unless and until they give you exclusive permission to edit their videos. So if you have a permission to edit some video on YouTube, what you can do is you can manually insert the questions in the video. And there are some tools, although those are like paid tools, but you can use those tools to insert the reflection spot questions in the video. So that's a technical part of it. Like, but I would want all of you to insert the reflection spot in your script itself so that there's no need to externally insert the questions. Also, if time permits, we'll have a short demo of how to insert those reflection spot questions using those tools like H5P and Edpuzzle. So Divya,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
please be ready with the demonstration, like 5-10 minutes max it will take.
So
And
maybe
then
what we can, yeah, so maybe what we can do, we can ask the chat box also the participants who all are writing the script on which topic, at least, which subject or which topic. So we'll come to know how many of you'll be ready, to for pitching their script. Or maybe we can,
We'll do that. I think, ma'am, what we can
yes,
do is we can share across an Excel sheet where we will ask them to put their name, their university, and their domain so that we understand the diversity that we'll be addressing. And let us know in the next column your progress so far. So based on that, we'll take a call whether should we be giving a demo of Edpuzzle, which you can use to for us to basically test whether you've understood reflection spot and other further discussions, or should you continue with preparing of the script?
yeah.
So I
so you
think that
can,
would give us better
yeah.
details.
So Divya, if you don't mind, if we can just share that thing, that would be
Yeah.
great.
So
Yeah.
one thing I'll do is first thing, since Ganesh spoke about the LCM constructor that IIT Bombay has come up with, I'll first share across the link of that in case you want to refer. Like he correctly mentioned, it's not basically used by most of the people, but you can just go through it and run because it has some elements of what is anyways mentioned in the screen itself, and that is the discussion content. So I'll first share that for your
Yes,
reference,
yes,
which is
yes.
just shared. I shared it in the chat box
Yeah.
in case for people who are, let's say, unable to complete the topic. Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah, so here, as displayed in the screen, it again consists of some 5 columns, which talks about, you can directly go down to the last column, last slide, ma'am.
So I'm sharing the constructor now that Divya you have just shared.
Yes, directly the last slide, actually. It gives a summation of what we've been speaking about.
So this one?
Yeah, we make you the co-host also. So
Summary. So almost all of the contents with experiential example, Ganesh sir has of course addressed it. And what we are looking at is like the final product. Of course, to reach there, we need your scripts. And that's the reason why sir has given you pitch about what he has prepared in his, in his product. And that is to do with helping us write the script.
yes. Even Ganesh, I remember, using your constructor also. That was really easy,
Yeah.
very easy to create the script. So if we can
That
have that
that
demo
constructor
also.
is now the problem is with that is that that is down currently because I'm upgrading that to AI.
Okay, okay,
So
yeah.
that is work in progress. Otherwise, I would have given that constructor to
Yes,
the
yes. And I
participants.
remember in at our one of the session also at NOR, we have used that particular constructor, taken the feedback also. That
Yeah.
it was really easy and good. The upgradation, if it's happening, so it will be more easier to use that and writing the script and all, right?
Yes.
Ma'am, can we take a quick call from the participants? Whether
Yes.
have you started progressing in terms of your script writing? Like, we would all like you to mention it us in the chat box so that accordingly we take a call. Should we show you a demo of how to place a reflection spot or how you have in that progress?
Yes, yes. So that's why, yeah, I was thinking the same thing, like,
Yeah.
maybe at this particular time, if we can utilize that time and then we can start with their presentation or the script sharing.
So a rough skeleton would work, ma'am. If if I take a theme and a very few lines in each component would work. Would that work, Sarika, ma'am?
Yes, 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 that will do.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So Nishit, which topic or which subject, if you can just share? And what about the other people? We have 45 people in the chat, so if we can.
Yes, I would want everybody to tell me which topic are you going to write the script on. So use your chat
Bharat has
box.
mentioned it's learning theory. Nishit has mentioned, yes, started writing. Okay, almost done with the basic structure. Introduction to IKS for design. Okay. Chinese language education. Okay. Open innovation. Nice, good.
Interesting topics, especially IKS, because since we have worked on an IKS project, I think we are looking more forward to be looking at IKS from design perspective. Because as a team,
Yes.
from the first batch of Mahaswayam, for IKS, we've had a lot of
Yes.
iteration with respect to looking at the script. So
Actually,
the
and
relevance
conversion into Marathi language and all, I know.
that was
Yeah,
a
we are,
challenge.
yes, we are coming up with more. Like I'm writing on 4 weeks course for drawing for animation. Interesting. The Nisha, active involvement in child language development. Okay, creative thinking skills. Bloom's digital taxonomy. Ashish. Okay, that's great. Interesting topics. Yes. What about
It's
the
only
other
these
one?
people, others.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. And once you are done, you can just let us know, and then accordingly we can, or maybe we can give them more time, or we can show the demo.
I think it's better since we have Ganesh sir here and he has gone through a lot of scripts, not just in English language, but even Hindi, Marathi for that matter.
Yes.
We would appreciate if you prepare like a caricature or a quick script of things based on your theme, and then you can either share your screen or read it for us. And based on the constructors that sir has explained to us in the previous session, we sir would be open to be giving comments. So probably at around what time, ma'am? 4:35, 4:40, you decide a time slot so that
No,
people
I
can
think,
write and yeah.
yeah, because it's already 4:15,
Hmm.
right? So
So what
4:30.
time till our session? How much time we have for
5
the
only, 5 till 5.
5? Okay, so 4:30 to 5 we'll have demonstrations.
Yes.
So we have time till 4:30 max.
So by the time, Divya, if you don't mind, can you
It's
just.
okay,
Hmm.
Sarika. It's okay even if they just write the outline. I don't want a line by line script. But
Yes, yes.
what I'm interested is like, how much content are they going to cover? Even the
Yes,
bullet
yes.
points, even the pointers are also okay. But I am
Yes.
interested in the following things. One is the structure.
Yeah,
So
that you have shown, yeah.
most importantly, what I'm interested in is how to write the reflection spot.
Yes.
So
So even if,
reflection spot with the
yeah,
feedback.
yes. So I think the Nisha was talking about hers is ready. So whoever is ready for, if you're ready, that we don't have to wait till 4:30. You all can just, tell us if you are ready with the script and also for the demo. So
No,
we can
but
start
Sarika,
with
what
that.
will happen is if Nisha starts, showing
Mhm.
her script, others will stop writing. So I would want
Yes,
everybody
yes.
to, write their
Okay.
scripts first, and one by one
Okay.
we'll go, and everybody will give feedback. It's not just,
Yes.
we will give feedback. Others will also peer feedback. They'll also give.
Yes, yes. We'll do
Yeah.
that.
So while writing your scripts, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm here only. अगर आपको कुछ भी doubts है, concerns है. So this my AI is talking now.
Sir, I have a question. I am writing on CyberArk privilege access management. So first, to give the introduction about cyber security in my course, MOOC course, that is specialized for privilege access management in CyberArk. So that the introductory which I am structuring my this course, I'm writing my script in this CyberArk. So should I consider the introduction with the detail of privilege access management that should be explained, that what is an account, what are access, and that, or I should first tell about the threats, what exactly the viewers or the learners need to know about security first, and then enter into the CyberArk this thing MOOC course.
See, there are two things to it. Like, one is that there's an introductory video about the entire course, and we are not creating the introductory video about the course. You are writing a script for any video of any topic.
Any particular topic? That's what this is, a particular topic for privilege access management in CyberArk.
Huh.
According to your thing, I have started with introduction with the privilege access, and then that will be the structure will be according to that. So just my query was that that part is not required to mention in one line or two line the basics or anything to be recalled at the start. So that should not.
See, that is your decision as a teacher. If you want your learners to recall something based on their previous videos or any previous knowledge about this topic, you can put that question at the beginning also.
Because if it is the about first that introductory, if I have to take this topic, so at least they should have a basic idea about threats and then to proceed with the this technical part.
Yeah.
So that should I mention that also in the script?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So where do we have to share the script, sir? Chat
So you
box?
have to
No.
write it. You have to write it on your PCs or laptops.
Okay.
We'll randomly ask some people to share their screen and then demonstrate it. You'll get 5 minutes or so. Once all your scripts are written, you can share those scripts with the universities like Sarika and Divya.
Okay. Done.
They'll provide you a link to a folder wherein you have to upload all your scripts there.
Got it.
Also, we'll not stop there. You'll also create videos based on those scripts.
Okay.
But the video will not be created today itself. You'll get another 5-10 days. So whenever you have time, you go to a studio. If you have access to studio, record the video based on your script. If you don't have access to a studio, you can use your mobile device to record the video.
Done.
And share that with us. If possible, we'll provide feedback on that.
Done.
Yeah.
So as Ganesh sir has mentioned, I've shared a folder link over here, drive link. So you all can upload there. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good idea. So you put all your scripts here.
And I just request all of you to just, name the file with your first name and last name. Right?
Perfect. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, so good. We have received three. We have received three. All of you. So Dr. Rakhi has uploaded. Nisha Naware, Dr. Saptarishi Ghosh. Yes. So yours in presentation mode. Okay. We share it with you all. So she has prepared as per the structure. Yes. Then Nishit, we got two actually. So which one to use? Nisha as well. Okay. Structure. Fine. Structure is not there, but fine. For open innovation. So last 3 minutes to go. I hope people have uploaded. Even Bharti or Sony, we have received. The reflection spot, we call it. Okay, interesting.
We can start with the reflection point, na?
Yes. Where you wanted to know about maybe the prior concept, prior knowledge of the participants. Reflection spot, can be added maybe at the starting, again, maybe in between, at the end as well. Completely depends on what is the purpose. Right?
Thank you.
Okay, so it's good. So Ganesh, I think we have received 5. That's 4:30 almost. We start with this.
Are there other people writing work in progress?
Yes, please
Do you
respond.
want
Maybe
any
in the
extended time, another 5 minutes or so?
I think we can.
If not, then we'll start.
Yes, they are saying
I
yes.
think there some people are writing.
Yeah.
Even if you give the pointers, that is also okay. I'm interested in the structure. I just
Yeah.
want to say whether you understood this art of writing scripts.
So we have got 5. Ganesh, if we can, what you like me to share there, this one, right? And then we'll ask them to.
So let individual people, like you keep it open here.
Yeah, so let me
And
know who all are speaking. I'll
so
just
let's
open
begin
their
with,
script.
so what we'll do is we'll give them another 4 minutes. By 4:35, we'll start the presentation. Since a lot of people have mentioned it's work in progress, they're still working.
Yes, yes.
So if we start the presentation, those people will get disturbed. They'll not write their scripts. So I want all of these people to finish their scripts and come to the presentation.
Meanwhile, can we also keep the screen on for reference? Because right now, as per my screen, I can see the Google Drive link. So can we keep those pointers ready for people who are done writing the script? They can just do the last minute checking of stuff. Yeah. Ganesha, you're on mute. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. You can just put this in full screen mode so that people who have already uploaded their script, they can just go through the pointers and then test back. So yeah, as decided, in the next 5 minutes, we'll be reviewing your script. We understand that we didn't give you enough time, but we just right now just want the pointers so that we are closing the circle of whether what all conversations we've had with sir with respect to how do you design LEDs, whether you're able to put it down in your script or not. Yeah. Meanwhile, of course, we are open to be solving any doubts or any places where you're getting stuck, confused. You may ask any of the queries. Please feel free to unmute yourself.
I think many people have written done. So who would like to go first? Yeah. So let me just check the drive link as well. So once it's done, if you can just upload on the drive link that I've shared, the drive link here, I'll share it again. You have shared, yes. See that? Can open and share this. My screen is visible properly. Is my screen is visible properly for the script? Okay, Ganesh, I think they have said it's done. So you're on mute. You're on mute. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So I was saying, let's begin with Nisha, since she had mentioned that she's ready with her
Yes. So
script.
yeah.
So over to you, Nisha. Please walk us through your script quickly. You have maximum 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay, I'll just give a quick background about this particular topic that I have chosen. The topic is about language, active involvement in language development of children. Now, this topic was chosen simply because it is more about homeschooling, where parents had to come and listen how homeschooling journey happened and how children learned language. That is where this topic was planned. Now, while working on this topic, whatever the pointers that that I learned in today's discussion, the first part, that is the introduction, where I speak about what I do, how it is going to be useful to them, and how they will explore the language journey of children. And then there is a reflection spot question over here, ever wondered? Followed by that, there's a small story which takes into the discussion, like how language development occurs in children. And then in the end, I talk about what is active involvement, and then the closure part of it, that how every small opportunity in child's language or in our daily communication is an opportunity to learn. That's it. I think I missed out on the discussion part. That's where I was not able to look at it. So if this is what I have gained from the learning since morning, since this afternoon, sorry.
Okay, great. So can you scroll up a little bit? Go to the very top, yeah. So this is about your first paragraph is about your introduction.
Right.
So if it was your first video in the entire course, I think this is okay. Otherwise, this part is not required. You can directly start with, "Hi everyone, I am so and so." That is enough. And then ever wondered how brilliantly children answer? So you can start your video with that, and then rest will follow. You have to have a reflection spot somewhere in the middle, followed by the reflection spot discussion. So basically, it's a question. I'm sure Sarika would have showed you Samir sir's video wherein it's a brilliant example of how you insert the reflection spot. So you ask a question, a thought-provoking question to the learners, and you answer that, and you also have the possible answers, brief, possible answers from all the learners. So I think overall this is a good script. How many words are there? Have you counted the words? You can click on tools. You can click on tools. There's a tools option there. Yeah, there's a word count option there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is how many words? 403 words. So, okay, my experience is 100 words is equal to 1 minute of video. So this will be around like 4 minutes of video, which is okay. Good. So, like, you can judge by
I'm unable to hear you. think.
I think his screen got freezed,
Yeah.
maybe because of the network issue.
Right.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think you have we lost your this thing because of the network connection.
Yeah. Am I back now?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you now.
So I was talking about the length of the document, which is linked to the number of, I mean, how many minutes the video would be. So 100 minutes is typically 1 minute. So
Okay.
if it was 400, this is 400, so it would be around 4 minutes of video. Again, like it depends on the speaker, his or her speed, but typically that is how we calculate. So lengthwise, this video is okay. Everything else look okay. I like the thought-provoking question that you have at the very beginning. I am not sure if you have inserted the reflection spot, but if you're calling this as a reflection spot, then you need to have some discussion on that with the learners.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice script.
Thank you.
Okay, so next who will go?
Who is ready next? Otherwise, we'll choose randomly.
Nishit is, I think it's ready. Nishit?
Okay.
I'm afraid about my sound. Is my
Yeah,
sound good?
yes, we can hear you.
Because morning, yeah. So this is my script, and yeah, should I read out the script? Is that
Yeah, just explain.
okay? So I've started with because considering that this is the first video, I've given a very brief introduction of myself, that why I'm justified to conduct this MOOC session. So I've given my introduction, my credentials, thereafter explaining what this particular course is. My focus is on HSK, which is a standardized global exam for measuring Chinese as a proficiency. And I've also given the objectives, like what we are aiming at. I've just roughly said that it's going to be a 30 videos session where I'm going to work on 5 skill set. And the detailed of the skill set is reading, writing, listening, but the details topic would be like opinion, greeting, how to introduce identities, making friends. So there I've got into details of what I will be covering. Thereafter, I have moved to a reflection spot because I'm moving into the first video itself. I'm moving into the most basic topic, which is the alphabetical system called Pinyin, where I've read out that today I'll be starting. And there I've asked them to think of the cities or personalities or certain names that they might have heard in Chinese language, like capital of China, whatever names they can think
Scroll
of.
down a little bit, please. Yeah. Okay. No, not that. I'm interested about the reflection spot. Keep it there. Okay.
I've asked them to think, pause that time the video is on a pause or something, like if the video is not paused, a timer or something, whatever, but they have to think of the names, Chinese authentic names that they can think of, be it cities, be it personalities, or be it political leaders. When they write down these names, the second reflection, I ask them to read them out loudly when they are looking at the video. And once they have read, I read out them and ask them to observe the difference between the pronunciation, because most of the people who have not studied Chinese language will read them with an English way of education, that we have English education. For example, if you see the third name is Guangzhou. Now, a non-Chinese learner would read it as Guangzhou, but which is not the correct pronunciation. It's Guangzhou.
Your voice is not coming through, I believe. Is it just me?
Nishit, we lost your, this thing.
The same, the voice?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Okay. So the thing is, I will ask them to first read it and write the names, and then observe the way in the video I'll read out. And then there is a reflection spot where I discuss that why this difference is, because Chinese people use English letters, but they read it in different ways. And then I get the details of the how Pinyin works, and finally the summary points. I'm still yet to work on that. This is the reflection spot. This reflection.
Okay, good attempt. So it's not just me, Sarika, or somebody else. I would want others also to give their feedback about the scripts written by your peers. So quick last 1 minute you have for this script. Any feedback that you would like to give to Nitish?
So I think Dr. Nisha is from language education. If I can ask
Yeah.
Dr. Nisha for her input, is that okay? Because
Yeah,
she
yeah.
is specifically into
Everybody.
language education.
So it's not
Yes.
about the content. Content definitely Nisha and others can give, but I am also interested in the structure and the uh, overall impact of the video. Yes, Nisha, go ahead if you have any feedback to share.
No, this seems absolutely fine. The way the content and the structure or whatever is mentioned, it's same with the points that I learned since morning. So I don't find anything as such that I can give suggestion as such. But it's a wonderful markup the way it is put up.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the structure. Nitish has very rigorously followed the structure that we
Absolutely,
discussed.
absolutely.
So greetings, intro text, objectives. Uh, Only thing is that you have mentioned the objectives, but you have not used the smart objectives. You have the word there, smart, uh, which is like measurable verbs you have to use. So you have just like pointed things that you'll cover, but objectives is like by the end of this session you'll be able to write something, you'll be able to read something, you'll be able to listen, whatever it is, the in the measurable terms. So that is I think missing, but I liked the way it is written. uh, you have done a good job, Nitish. Please finish it and then put it on the drive once you are done. And also, if you have access to a
You,
studio, go there and record your video and share that with us.
yes. You can continue editing the same. This edit right is given. Nish.
Okay, perfect. Okay, next.
Who will go next now? Who would like to go next?
Yeah, so it's not everybody. Those who are like
Yes,
keen.
would like to
Yes.
give, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, anybody would like to share their script?
So is Dr. Saptarshi Ghosh here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Would you like to present, sir?
Yeah, we can do that.
Because I am intrigued by the topic that you've chosen. So that's what like I want you to.
So
Yeah.
first is obviously the opening slide, which talks of the topic that we are going to discuss. Then we move
Can you
to
switch on
the,
your video, sir? Oh, I think so. You are from Symbiosis.
yes, we met. I had the incubation and entrepreneurship.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm glad that I met some at least 3, 4 people who I already have interacted in the past. All right. So please go ahead, sir.
Yes. So, sir, first is the welcome one. So we are greeting everybody, and then we are going to talk about what are we going to discuss in the next 8 minutes. So while you were reviewing the other slides, because you asked for the word count, so I put it in the Word document, and it was 631 words. So here we are talking of 8 minutes, and there's a pictorial, so which possibly would take 7 minutes. So I've understood that it has to be approximately 100 words per minute. That was a good input. So then we are discussing about the smart objectives. So we are saying by the end of the session, you should be able to do da da da. So these are the objectives that we are going to talk about.
Okay. Only thing is that all other objectives are measurable except understand. So
Okay.
understand is not a measurable verb. So you would want to replace that with some measurable verb.
Point taken.
Yeah.
Next one, please. So then we are talking about the content itself. So what is open innovation and benefits of open innovation? Then we are giving an example as to how companies are using open innovation. We have taken two small examples. One is Procter & Gamble, second being Lego.
Mm-hmm.
Then we are talking of some relevant facts and figures about open innovation, how various companies could use it, and what are the benefits. Then the pictorial comes in. And there's this reflection spot 1, which is where we are talking about thinking about a product or service that they could benefit from external ideas, and how could they collaborate with external partners to improve it.
Okay, so do you have a discussion on that?
Yes, this is the discussion.
Okay, perfect. Excellent.
And we are going deep dive into open innovation mechanisms. And again, we are summing it up with some examples.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have another reflection. So this talks of the mechanism, and then we have the discussion that follows, the second reflection.
Great.
And then we are summarizing the overall discussion that we had. And that's the concluding slide.
Perfect. Perfect. Anybody would like to give their feedback on the presentation?
So I can see like, complete structure he has followed, what you have
Yeah.
discussed in your session. And main thing is
I
like
had
the
the opportunity
reflections.
to interact with Ganesh sir previously during one of the MOOC sessions. So I had a little bit of an added advantage that way.
Yeah, that I can see in your slides. Very well designed.
Yeah. Only thing is, I said I would. I mean, you have mentioned 8 minutes, but you would only get to know whether it's 8 minutes after the video is recorded. So I would want you to avoid the number mentioned there. Probably in next few minutes you can say.
Okay.
Or in
Another.
this video we can say, yeah.
Yeah,
So
very
next
well.
8 minutes is very precise, and we are not sure whether the video
Point
fits into
taken.
8 minutes at this point. I mean, after the
Understood.
video, we'll definitely get to know.
Sure. So
But
very
excellent
valid.
script. I am really happy that, especially your reflection spot and the discussion on the reflection spot. Excellent job.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. So, sir, please go ahead and record this video. Share that video with us. We'd be
Yeah.
more happy to look at your recorded video. You have a very beautiful studio at Symbiosis.
Yes.
I have created several courses there.
I'm actually planning. Last time we
Yeah.
discussed with Dr. Sophia, and we are actually planning to put up a complete program on innovation and entrepreneurship. So I would definitely get in touch with you also, because we would need your help and guidance.
I think you're all geared up, looking at your script, and that too, with a very short notice. I think you're all set to create a very good course. Please go ahead and, at least create one video and share that with us.
Yeah, I'll do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great.
Good job. Yeah. Anyone else would
Okay.
like to? Because we
One
have
last
I
person
think.
now. Yeah. One
Yeah,
last
last.
person. So one person only.
It's already 55.
Yeah.
Anyone?
If nobody is voluntarily coming forward, then we'll stop here, because you have
Yes.
got a hang of how to write the script by looking at all those presentations. And we'll reserve the last 5 minutes for Q&A if there are any questions related to MOOCs overall in general, or videos in particular. I'm willing to answer your queries if there are any queries. Sarika, you're talking on mute, I think.
So I'm just sharing the screen.
Yeah. Yeah. So if there are any questions, last 5 minutes. Otherwise, those who have not written their scripts, please write your scripts by end of today. Put it in the folder that Sarika has shared, and we'll take a look at your scripts. Those who have written their scripts, go ahead and record your videos. Go to a nearest studio that you have. If you don't have access to a studio, use your mobile phone to record videos. And even if it is very raw, do share that with us in the same folder.
Okay, so I don't think so. We have got enough of.
Yeah, there's just one question in the chat box.
Okay, how does planning for a script and entire series work? Okay, good question. So I'll tell you how does, not for the script, for the entire course, how it works. So I'll tell you the process of how you create MOOCs. So first things is that training the teachers in writing scripts for all four quadrants. So for example, here we had the session for writing the script for the first quadrant, that is videos or LEDs. Similarly, you have a session for LBD, LXT, LXI. So once you are trained how to write scripts, our teachers write the scripts for all the four quadrants. Okay. Once that is done, so before that, there is a course outline also. So you need to have a course outline based on the number of credits that you are offering to. Typically, we begin with 2 credit courses. So 2 credit is 60 hours. 1 credit is 30 hours in online. As per UGC rules, 15 hours is 1 credit for offline teaching, but for online teaching, it is 30 hours. It's double. So you'll have to ensure that your material covers 30 minutes, 30 hours per credit. But 30 hours is not the teaching time. 30 hours is the learning time of the learner. So it's an average notional time that you have to identify. So in every 30 hour, you will have a 5 hour of video. 5 hour of video, I believe 10 hours of e-content. That would be extra reading material and all other things. And then there would be quizzes, assignments. Then there would be a discussion forum. Considering all that, it is 30 hours. This is a notional hours again. Nobody is going to sit and calculate, but you have to be somewhere close to that. So you'll have to create videos of 5 hours per 2 credit, per 1 credit. So that thing you have to keep in mind. So once that is done, we train our teachers in writing the scripts. Once they write the scripts, they come to the studio, and for the video part, they go in front of the camera. The script is loaded on the teleprompter. They read the script and create their videos. Along with that, it's not just the teacher who is shown on the screen. There would be some text, there would be some images, some animation along with the teacher. For that, you need to create a PPT, a PowerPoint. So that PowerPoint you give to the editing team. The editing team, what will they do is, like when you are talking, they will show those bullet points or images on all other elements along with you. Finally, they will create the video, edit the video, and they will also work on the questions. Like, so you, for the second quadrant, that is LBD, learning by doing, you have to write questions, right? Along with the feedback. So it's a technical part for the editing team or the LMS team. They'll upload those questions on the LMS. Similarly, you'll have to provide them with the extra reading material. So you'll have a separate session in this workshop, I believe, on all these elements. So once that is done, the course goes on the LMS. And then for the fourth quadrant, that is the discussion forum, the work starts when the course actually is taken by the learners. So you'll have to have a focus question. The learners will ask questions, you will ask questions to the learners, and the discussion will happen on the discussion forum. So this is the process typically followed for creating online courses. Okay, I think there's one more question. Where and what brand of teleprompter could you buy for? Okay, this is a very typical question. Teleprompters typically range from 50,000 rupees, but that you don't have to worry, the studio will buy. If you are going to set up a studio at home, I would suggest you go with the basic elements. Nowadays, not much equipment are required to set up a studio at home. Also, I have seen many teachers after attending my session, they have set up their studios at home because the college or the university that they work with, they don't have studios there. So typically to set up a studio at home, a good quality studio, I would say, a decent quality would require around between 5 to 7 lakh rupees. Nowadays, with the noise cancellation, microphones, basic lights, camera, you can have a good studio at home. Even without studio also, you can record your videos on your mobile devices. Nowadays, the mobile phones are so advanced. So with a good mobile phone, you can record your videos at home also. So teleprompter brand, I wouldn't suggest any brand, but typically a studio quality teleprompter cost you around some 50,000 rupees, starting 50,000 rupees. So basically all you require is a good camera, to record your video. So you can begin with a mobile camera, and you can go as high as, like, those Sony or Canon cameras that typically are a part of the studio. They will cost you upwards of 2 lakh rupees, 3 lakh rupees, 5 lakh rupees. So basically these two things are important: camera, good microphone. Then you would require good lights. So again, lights again range from 2,000 rupees to 2 lakh rupees, depending on your requirement. Uh, so these are the basic things that are required. Okay, a smart TV companies provide studio setup up to 3 lakh. Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, there are some smart TVs that also you can use. I've used some of our videos also. We have used smart panels. So your PPT is loaded on the smart panel, and teacher is teaching, and it's getting recorded. So that is also alternative way of, like, doing it. Yeah. I'm not sure if it can be done up to 3 lakh rupees, because you also require a camera. Nowadays, they are also using PTZ cameras, which will cost you around 50,000 rupees, I believe, 50, 60, 70,000 rupees.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you so much, sir, for this insightful session. And it was a great interactive and collaborative session as well. So thank you so much for this enriching and truly hands-on learning experience. The clarity, practical insights, and engaging approach have added tremendous value to our understanding of the learning dialogues. On behalf of all the participants who are here, we express our sincere appreciation for the time and expertise you have shared with us all today. And of course, as you said, that you will also be reviewing the videos later on. So, not just this time, but also the time which you have said. So, on behalf of AIU and Atlas Skill Tech University AADC, we extend our heartfelt gratitude for your time, expertise, and enthusiasm, sir.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, and I hope it was useful for the participants.
Yes.
Yes, that
So
outcome is already there, right? Many
yeah,
people have submitted this.
Yeah. I
definitely.
would recommend all others, those who have not done it, please do it. And I'll ensure that I take a look at your scripts as well as videos when you create.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. So just before we close, may I please request everyone to kindly switch on your cameras so that we can take a quick group photo for this session.
Yeah, at least for the photographs, please switch on your cameras.
Yes.
All right. Are we done?
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Sarika.
Just
Divya.
before closing, sir, I would just like to give a small instructions for all the participants here. So tomorrow on day 3, we will continue our journey with two exciting sessions: interactive learning design, learning by doing, and hands-on workshop, that is building the LBD activities by Dr. Krishna Kanta Roy. A gentle reminder to all the participants out here, the attendance and feedback link for this session are already shared in the chat box. Please ensure you fill them, as the submission of these forms after every session is mandatory for the final certification. And attendance is also mandatory for all the 5 sessions, to 5 days, sorry, to be eligible for the final certificate. Also, if you have not joined the WhatsApp group, please do join it for regular updates on the FDP. Thank you once again to all our participants for your enthusiasm, for your participation and active engagement. And I thanks Dr. Ganesh again, once again.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Ganesh, because in spite of his very busy schedule, he was there with us throughout for both the sessions, and we can see a lot of learning happened, and many people have submitted their script. So thank you so much once again, and really thanks one more time, because as you said, like even after the session, also you are ready to help our participants, developing their script, reviewing their script, and going towards learner centricity, which is very, very important, and which is the outcome, which will be the outcome of our FDP. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much, Sarika. Bye.